this year.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
It's time for some football at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Today, we're ready for an entertaining battle. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're underway from Philadelphia. Starting from the 5. And he stopped on the run back to the 27. Well, here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
Herbert's one of these rare quarterbacks that when he is on, he makes this game look effortless and easy. Part of it's his throwing motion that's crisp and clean with great power. And it's also an athleticism. He'll make you pay with his legs, too. Man, he is just a joy to watch.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. As his man, it's DeAndre Hopkins. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Completed over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
And that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he works it down inside the 40. That's a run of 8.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. They go to Barkley again. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. That'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
There's no question, Kate, the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage against good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
2nd and 3 now. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now. Herbert from the gun. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. They're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, and the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
He'll try and run this. Jukes away from one. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Jackson, quick pass wide. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage, so third down now.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Lamar now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Now on comes the Wizard of Oz, Chris Boswell for the field goal. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. Hanging close, and it does find that right upright. No good. And the deficit stays at 7.
Man, that is a sound every kicker dreads. I really thought it had a chance to sneak in, but instead, it's rejected by the upright.
Now for the second time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. He dodged the tackle. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Play action now for Herbert. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Toss play to Barkley. He's going to lose a yard here. Defense there to force him out behind the line.
Such a perfect example, teaching tape, for why these defensive coaches say, let's get population to the ball. Because if one guy misses a tackle, it doesn't get out. You populate the football, and you create a tackle for loss.
All right, here we go. Second down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Offense is set. First and 10. Here's a toss right to Barkley. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Brought in. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and excited to start the second. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. On third down, Herbert. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice. Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays. Because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the second time. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So it's second down coming up. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And into this line it goes after a gain of close to 5, Brock. That will bring up third down.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Jackson now on third. That's caught. It's the rookie from Nebraska. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
So they'll head up here, first and 10 from the 34. From the gun, Jackson. Gets it downfield. On target to Flowers. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door. Bigger gap in the future.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Short pass brought in. And they make the play at the 39 just before he can pick up that first down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
Seventh play in the drive now as they need a yard here on third down. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He's able to hit Flowers. Caught. Tackle made at the 10. First and goal coming up.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. The give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he found some running room for a nice gain.
Give some credit to this offense. They almost got it done on just one play running the ball in. I got to be honest, the first down run often leads to second down pass, but I don't think so now. Now you push that pile, go finish this drive.
Offense with an enviable spot to be in, 2nd and inches. Jackson keeping it himself. He runs it across. Touchdown! The Ravens parlay the interception into points. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. Tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's Smith on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. I'll start this one out with Barkley. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Herbert with a blitz coming. To the left and reeled in by Hopkins. Well, this certainly makes the 3rd down easier. Nearly avoided it altogether. Gain of 10 right up near that marker now.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
Trying to sneak, it's Herbert. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the 1st down.
It's a gain of 2.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
All set to go now from the 35. On the play fake, it's Herbert. That's complete, David Njoku. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. Even 25 on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down. And we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. More football from the link coming up in just a moment. So first down from the 41. They go play action. Here's Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. It's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Herbert. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. He runs this to the 25 before being brought down. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Herbert now off the play fake. Throw right side is caught by Hopkins. And they take it out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Breaking the huddle, here's 1st and goal. They're going to run with Barkley. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go. Brock, they take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB's going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take 2nd and goal now from the 13. One of the tight ends motions right. The play fake. Now Herbert's a throw. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Ravens taking over now on offense. Minimal time remaining in the half. They don't have much time left, but facing a small deficit, they could try to get this into field goal range. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Here's Lamar. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up 2nd down.
It's a quarterback you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. You also got to find a throwing lane, and you couldn't do it on that one.
He'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. Play action. Here's Jackson. The throw finds Evan Ingram. After making a catch, he is decked quickly at the 38. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Okay, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. They're both quarterback and tight end. Went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope you have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. And again, it's Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Give him 5 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
They get the timeout called. We've got 5 seconds remaining in the half. So they send him out for a field goal, and they don't get much longer than this. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And it doesn't have the leg. They called on him from deep, but he just can't get it there. And the deficit stays at 7.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And it stays a 1-possession game at 7 points. So we have a 1-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thanks for that update, Scott. Welcome back, everyone, for the 3rd quarter. Had a 1-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Good work so far. He's got room. And they finally bring him down after a huge run back into their territory.
Well, their attempt to attack that deficit, it's begun in earnest, like with a capital E. What an immediate sense of urgency they created by that stellar return. This drive has begun must score for this offense. I think we all felt that way. And they sure set the tone coming out of halftime with that kick return.
Here comes the Baltimore offense to begin quarter number 3. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. First down. Here's Lamar. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. Lamar now from the gun. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Eagles take over now and have possession at the 25.
Such a huge point of emphasis for so many defenses, clogging up the middle of the field. They saw that receiver enter the middle and did a terrific job of baiting the quarterback into the throw, and an even better job of forcing the interception.
Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Barkley trying this up the gut. Escapes a defender. He cuts it to the right sideline. He has room past the 25. Keeps himself upright. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown.
You saw me chuckling. You know I love celebrating that run, but you know what I really love? I really love watching those linemen. When they just get to celebrate, they love an explosive play like that. Doesn't mean a long extended drive, just a whole bunch of celebrations.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the run back at the 27. We see the Ravens making their way out now. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drives, putting into practice right here. Don't see a throw you like. It's too tight a window. Don't risk yet another interception.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for Zay Flowers. And that brings up 4th and long.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Four yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Herbert from the gun. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I can do yours.
And it's always ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Justin Matabike making that stop.
If there's ever a play we can call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Play action now for Herbert. This one taken in by Granson. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that's good for an Eagles first down.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Tight end going in motion here. Herbert on first down. He lobs this up left sideline, looking for something big. And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that first down throw, swatted away by the defense.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Running is Barkley. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. He's the all-pro holding down Trey Hendrickson. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Third and long for him here. Hits him on the out route. He's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this is no good. From this distance, issues on that snap are going to doom you every time. And the lead stays frozen at 14.
Hey, whether it's a good hold or not, the process is the same for that kicker. He's going to catch some unfair blame on this one, Kate, because it was the snap that just set everything off. Not accurate enough, and that left the holder scrambling to try to get his job done, and none of them, unfortunately, could.
Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10. Now Jackson off the play action. He fires one deep down the right sideline. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it's going to be 2nd down.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Caught out left. And they limit the damage after the catch, but the catch itself does get them to the opposing 43. They gain 11 on that play, and that's going to be a Baltimore first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Quick on the draw here to Dobbins. And this run is going to push him inside the 40. Give him 7 there.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Running it again with Dobbins. Nothing doing on the draw, Brock. That's going to send him backwards ahead of 3rd down. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last